Good morning, boys and girls, and happy Wednesday, day 37? 38, day 38 of distant learning. Just a reminder that the science lesson will be towards the end of this video, okay? Now, for reading today, if you could go ahead and pull out your answers from yesterday, and we can go over those really quickly. If you need some time to get those out, go ahead and pause the video, okay? Now, for number 1, it asked, according to the section, gardens help people be healthy, why are school gardens a good thing for students? Now, the proper way to answer this question would be to go back into the text and to find the section titled, Gardens Help People Be Healthy, and then within that section, those paragraphs there, you will find your answer. Now, the correct answer to this question would be letter A, because they help students eat better. Okay. Now, number 2 says, read the section, trying new things. They pointed us again to another section, so let's go back and define that section, okay? The question asks, what is the main reason why Azuna Lazoya decided to join the gardening program? Within that section is where you will find the answer, and it says that she had never tried anything like it. So letter C, she wanted to try doing something different. Okay. Now number 3 says, read the sentences from the introduction. Her school is in a strange place for such a big garden. It is in the middle of the city. Which answer choice could replace the word strange in the sentence without changing the meaning of it? And if you know what the word strange means, then you would know to have selected letter C, odd. When things are odd, they're a little different. They're a little strange, okay? New is not the same thing as something being different. Bad is not the same thing as something being labeled as different. And good is also not something being labeled as different, okay? Odd would be the correct choice there. Again, that's letter C. Now for number 4, it says read the sentences from the introduction. Soon the school will build a greenhouse. Then the students can grow food when it is cold out. What is a greenhouse? Well, letter C would be the answer here. Okay. A greenhouse is a place that keeps a garden warm when it's cold outside. Okay. They trap all the heat inside of this building, okay? Normally they're made of glass so that the sunlight can come inside. Very cool. All right, so those are your answers for yesterday's assignment. Now for today's assignment. You are going to read and annotate the story, California Rescuers Free Entangled Whale. Now, entangled. We know what the word tangle means. So to be entangled means that this whale was trapped, maybe by a net or some fishing line. Who knows? You will read to find out, okay? Now remember that when we're annotating stories that we must read the story multiple times, of course, okay? And then you should number your paragraphs, circle words or phrases that you don't know, write important thoughts on the side, so take those notes, right? Draw a star next to important information and maybe a heart next to fun facts and things that you agree with, and sad faces next to sentences that you don't agree with, okay? That is how we annotate. Now, your questions for today's lesson are, and I will post these with this video, okay? They say, number 1, choose the main idea of this article. Number 2, which detail from the article best supports the main idea? Oh, that is more like an A and B question, because number 2 should be married to number 1. Remember, they want to know how it best supports the main idea, and you chose main idea number 1. Okay, so make sure that those relate. Number 3, what caused the whale to get caught in the fishing line? Well, there's the answer to our question, but that one there says what causes the whale to get caught in the fishing line, okay? And number 4, which would be the best detail to add to this article? Now, that could be a tricky question. So you need to make sure that when you read the story that you really capture what it is that the author is trying to tell you, what the author wants you to know by being the reader that's reading his writing, or her writing. So be sure that you annotate this story before you go back and answer these questions, okay? Now, don't forget that you are to read for 30 minutes, a story of your choice, and that is that for reading. Now, let me pull up science. For science today, I'm going to give you a couple seconds. Go ahead and pull out the science portion. For today, it's day 3 on Wednesday. If you need more time, you can pause this video. So for Wednesday's hook, it reads, what do you notice about the items? Oh, so the items there is a rubber bands, some rubber bands, and a paper clip, okay? What do you notice about the items? How are they alike? How are they different? How could each be used to build your wind car? Well, looking at rubber bands and paper clips, they don't really look very similar, but they are alike in that they hold things together, right? Paper clips hold papers together, and rubber bands could hold papers together, or many other things, okay? They can be manipulated, meaning they can be moved around. You can change the shape of that paper clip, and the rubber band is not stuck in that circle, like shape, okay? Moving on to ask, or take some time to answer those questions, okay? And then you can move along with us. So, different materials have unique properties that make them useful in engineering. For example, if I wanted to build a device to keep a popsicle frozen longer, then I would be looking for materials that were good at keeping thermal energy from flowing to the popsicle. I would be looking for insulators. 2 excellent examples of insulators are styrofoam and rubber. So the styrofoam and rubber doesn't allow the heat, thermal energy, to get into these insulators, okay? And keep the popsicle from melting quickly. Let's go on a supply hunt for your wind car, okay? Think of materials that would be useful to build your car. You can use anything that you find around your house as long as you have an adult's permission, okay, to build your wind car. List all items you are using and answer questions to complete the table, okay? The first question says, what is it? Well, that's just where you will identify what it is. They use an example and they wrote a hair tie. Okay, something like this. All right. The next question says, what are its physical properties? Meaning, what does it look, feel like? Okay, what's its texture? How does it feel? What's its size, its shape, etc.? They explain that this hair tie is round. It's got 1 inch in diameter. It's smooth and also stretchy. Okay. What can it do? Use verbs or action words like bounce, stretch, and support to describe the item. Well, it's a hair tie, so we know that it stretches, it attaches, it ties, and it kind of replaces a rubber band. Okay? What can it work with? Combine 2 or more of the items listed to make something new. Well, it can work with a popsicle stick and a piece of cloth to make a sail. Okay? You could tie these around, and you can tie them around popsicle sticks and stick some material through it to create a sail for the wind car. Okay? And that is that for your lessons for today. I hope that you all have a wonderful Wednesday. I look forward to seeing you during our Zoom meeting. And yeah, talk to you later, friends. Bye.